Absolutely. I think every day, every morning I wake up, I think, how could I do my day better?
Yeah, I think that changing the world is a little harder than we all thought it was going to be. And I think you can only, I think one way to change the world is to live the way, to be the change you want to see as much as you can. So I don't mean just recycling. I mean, you have to consider the impact of your actions socially and environmentally, and you sort of have to act responsibly, whatever that means.
I sure do feel the urge to change the world. I think the world is at risk. I mean, the planet's at risk. Civilization's at risk. I think there are a lot of things hanging in the balance right now. I think it's a really, really critical time. Now, whether I can personally change the world, kind of dubious, but I want to try in my own little ways and in the biggest ways I can imagine. I do want to try. I want to try to make this a better place for my child, for my daughter, and for her children. I think it's the least we can do.
I absolutely am totally infused with the urge to change the world. And I believe art can do that. I've seen art change people's lives. I've seen education change the trajectory of families. As a producer, as a maker, you will see that I've always supported that kind of idea. I'll give you a couple of examples. The graffiti movement in the South Bronx. Back in the 70s, it began with 13 and 14 and 15-year-olds out in the playground, right? And who knew that 40 years later, I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it, that it would be, it's seen in, you can see it at La Scala on BMW. The people that I supported in those, there's a few of those writers, the graffiti guys, they become very successful. They've brought their mothers' homes.
I think I've become more conscious about what needs to happen in the world and how really we all do need to really pay attention now. Maybe when I was younger, I didn't really think that there was a desperate need for anything. But now things are different. And I think it would be crazy not to feel that we all need to change the world. And, I do it in small ways. I'm not saying I'm out there doing huge things, but just even being really thankful, really kind, really loving, really peaceful with people, giving dollar notes out where you can, or bottles of water, or donating clothes, but consciously thinking that all of these things are important.
I've never felt the urge to change the world.
All right.
Do you want to know why?
Yes.
I don't think that, I think that's very lofty, and I don't think that one human being can possibly have the inclination or the smarts to do that. But on second thought, basically what I'm known for is my sense of humor, and I think I have affected people throughout my working world and throughout my life that I do have some sort of an impact upon making the world at least a little funnier.
I never felt the urge to change the world. I have always been inspired to inspire others to do their best, to be their best. That will change the world. That makes a better world.
Not at all. I never really did. I pretty much took care of myself, looked at the world through my rose-colored glasses, and the more immediate parts of my life are what I cared about. I do think that there's a lot that needs to be done in the world, and I hope it can happen. I've done a few things in my own world to help, but no, I'm not out there to change the world. It is what it is.
I think I'm more pessimistic about my ability to change the world, but I still have the urge. I'm working with a group of people on this project called the Glamour Project, and we go to various homeless shelters and rehabs, and we style these women. They're made up, they're given clothing to wear, hats and jewelry, and then they have their photo taken, a glamour shot. You know, a lot of these women have been really abused and haven't felt good about themselves for a long time. It's a good experience for them and for us.
Perhaps in very small ways, but no, I don't feel I'm going to be a master of the universe, nor do I want to be. I do what I do, and if people respond and that causes any kind of change, great, I'm happy. But it's not my mission in life.
And I think that's a boomer thing. I mean, I think I'm at the very end of the boom, and I always considered myself Generation you know, rather than a boomer. So I don't think, you know, that's ever been really part of my mindset. And if I did want to change the world, it hasn't been through kind of grand gestures and big movements. It's more person to person, you know, changing my world locally.
Put my shoe on the highway, said I won't be back no more.